Welcome back to Montana this morning, and Nick Morrison is with us. We're going to talk about the Montana Barbecue Cook-Off. And Nick, you've been the organizer every year, and just before we came on camera, you told me this is the first year you get to compete. That's kind of exciting.
Yeah, I stepped down with the head honcho hat and passed that along so that there'll be no conflict of interest. This way I can get to compete and vend. So I'll have my food truck out there and we'll be serving food, and as well as I'll be able to compete. And we've turned it over to a new crew, but I still get elected to be the early bird guy that gets to cook and bring stuff down to the studio.
And talking about cooking, you brought some delicious stuff with us. We're going to show off some of the ribs to kind of get an idea for a lot of folks that haven't been to a competition barbecue before. This is really a big deal for the competitors, and it turns into a big deal for the public too.
Yeah, it's really a cool deal in the fact that you've got professional barbecuers that compete for a living and typically don't share their food. That this is one of the few places where they do vend a little bit of their excess product after, and that's what the crowd can be able to try. And we've got a lot of food trucks and vendors, different types of food, so it's not just barbecue. We've got quite a range of different things, but it's really a cool deal because you get to see what it's like for the competitors to do what they do. They actually turn in all their things to be sampled by certified judges prior to the crowd arriving at and the events from noon to 6 on Sunday, but they turn in their foods to be judged at 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and then at 4 o'clock there'll be awards. So they cook ribs, chicken, pork, and brisket, and they're judged on all of those. And I just brought a little example. These are not competition level ribs, but they're darn good eating ribs.
Talk a little about the rub that you brought along with you too.
Well, you know, this will be our 16th year at the Montana Barbecue Cook-Off, and we just always try to come up with something new and different to keep our event kind of at the top of the game. So we've, over the years, kind of with the help of myself and other pit masters, have created an all-purpose rub that people can take home as a commemorative thing from the barbecue they can share with folks. It's blatant advertising for the for the event, but you know what? It's not just a novelty deal. This is an exceptional rub. I manufacture and sell my own rubs in my own business, and I helped with this, and I'd be proud to put my name on it because it is probably one of the best all-purpose rubs I've ever come up with and or seen or tried. And it's called Montana Joe. Reason is because it's got quite a bit of coffee in it, and it's a very all-purpose seasoning. You can use it from chicken to beef and everything in between.
All right, so here's all the information. It's coming up on Sunday, June 24th. It's a regular event for so many people, the Montana Barbecue Cook-Off, downtown Absaroka, not only to get a chance to taste competition quality barbecue, but there's a whole day of free live music, a lot of adult beverages and other things to enjoy as well. And even with a lot of that music, there's, you know, with Dan Cosell and the Winch, we're talking about some favorites from all across the area. Got some music there that you've had there every year, I know, as well.
Yeah, it's we always have the one band that repeats, but it's 2 new bands, and I think they're real high-end bands that people really enjoy are from around the area. And you'll be able to buy the rub, you'll be able to buy samples of food, and of course there's the wonderful microbrews. But you know, as much as I like to be a guy that's all about barbecue, it's really just a really cool concert that happens to have a lot of nice barbecue and microbrews.
Can't go wrong with that.
No way.
See you on Sunday the 24th in Absaroka. Nick, thanks for coming in so early and bringing delicious barbecue for us.
Well, someone's got to eat it.
More after this on Montana This Morning.